Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Awesome People. What a pleasure to have you on this Saturday evening during quarantine. I hope wherever you are watching from, you're healthy and that you're projecting a lot of love and positivity to those around you because everybody needs it nowadays. And I'm just really excited to spend an hour with all of you and my special guest tonight. And I have to be very honest, the guest that I have tonight, I've never had the pleasure of meeting in person. So far, all the episodes that I've done on Awesome People, it's been with people that I've known. But, Neema kind of struck me as an awesome person in the past year as I saw him doing some, really hilarious skits on Instagram and social media. He's originally from Toronto, Canada. And I was really planning on having him on a future episode of Awesome People anyways. But what fast-tracked having him on Awesome People so soon was last week. He put up a very authentic, vulnerable, personal Instagram post that I was like, you know what? The time to have him is actually right now more than ever before. And instead of talking too much about the whole video, I'd rather just play the video. And then after this video, we're going to introduce you to Neema Naz from Toronto, Canada. And I do want to preface that there is some foul language being used over here. This is, fun comedy. But if you have anybody that's under the age of, I don't know, whatever it is in the country that you're in, but maybe hold their ears. But overall, he's a great kid. And I want to make sure that everybody gets to know him because the message that he has in this video is extremely important. It's extremely powerful. It's extremely necessary nowadays. And I can't wait to talk to him more about it. Check out the video. We'll be back with Neema Naz from Toronto, Canada, stupid.
Hey everyone, it's me, Neema. I know you're like, hey man, where the fuck have you been? I understand, I was posting every day and all of a sudden, nothing for a month. I get it. It's a little concerning. I've seen a lot of your messages asking me about my whereabouts, my well-being, and I honestly appreciate that a lot. Like, I was surprised to see how many people actually reached out. Some of you thought I was dead. Some of you thought I got hit with coronavirus. Some of you thought I just went ghost because I fucking hate my audience, which is so dumb. Some of you were like, hey man, you're just gonna give up? Hey, eat a dick. But no, I didn't do any of those things. I'm here, I'm alive, I'm safe, okay? I look like a Frenchman. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm feeling it, okay? I can't get a haircut, obviously, because of the quarantine. All right, shout out to my barber, Danny Ishak, for not cutting my hair during this time. Thanks a lot, man. All right, I have no choice but to grow this shit out, okay? Now I look like a French sailor. But I don't mind, okay? It's a new hairstyle, whatever. I'm feeling it. I'll tell you what I did, okay? I took a break. That's all I did. I needed a break from social media, so I took an entire month off. I needed it for my own sanity, man, because it was getting a little too overwhelming. And I'm only human, man. Like, I needed to take a step back and just work on myself rather than go 95% career mode and 5% everything else in my personal life, all right? It was not a good balance, and I was eventually going to crash, okay? Because I was getting overwhelmed with content and everything else I had to deal with in my life. And I was just going too fast on no gas. And it was essential, man, because I realized I don't do anything to take care of myself in my personal life. I needed to just work on a lot of things. I was not doing well in any aspect of my life other than my career, I guess, if you want to say that. But I wasn't taking care of myself mentally, physically, my relationships, my family, and I needed to just focus on those for a bit before I came back full force with my content and just my career in general. All I was thinking about for so long was my career, 95% career mode this entire time. And I wasn't taking care of my mental health, my physical health, my relationships, everything. It was not going to be sustainable long term. And so I pretty much just buckled down and started taking care of myself for real for the first time in my life. I got a journal, I got a daily planner, started scheduling everything I need to do, started writing shit down. I started making my bed in the morning. I developed better, effective habits, like a morning routine and a night routine. Started walking every single day for at least 1 hour just to get some physical activity in there. And then slowly started adding more vigorous activity to it. I started eating better, eating cleaner, did research on what I need to do in order to develop a better eating habits. Started intermittent fasting, tracking that on an app called Zero. I'm not sponsored, but it's a very great app, tracks your intermittent fast for each day. I started working on fixing my sleep, which is super important. And people underestimate all the time how important sleep is to the rest of your health, mentally and physically, okay? Without good sleep, your whole day is fucked. And that's how my life has been this entire time, and I started actually getting better at sleeping, and all those things came together. I started writing down more shit, journaling, and yeah, man, I'm a better person today than I was a month ago, and I'm ready to go now. Now my mind is clear, my body's healthy, I have a fucking way clearer vision for my content and for my career. I did just that. I'm still working on it. Obviously now it's a part of my life, it's a lifestyle. If you don't have one, you're not gonna have the other, okay? You need to find a balance for yourself, whatever it is, and things will just be so much easier in your life. It all links together and it all makes one another better by working on them every single day, day in and out. I just want the best for everyone, that's it. And I can't stress enough how much better I feel. I feel healthier just overall. My mental, my mindset is 100 right now. My physical health has never been better. My diet has never been better. My sleep has never been better. I just feel energized, man. Like everything is just like, I'm fucking leveling up right now. I'm just ready to come back. So stay tuned, because you're gonna get bombarded with content, whether you like it or not. The people who are here still watching me, still following me, I appreciate you the most. You're the real one, and I hope you don't go, because man, you're gonna miss out if you do, because there's gonna be crazy content coming. So thank you so much for watching, if you're still watching this, and stay tuned. Say hello to the French guy. I am coming back for more content for you and your head top. Okay. Okay, Neema Naz coming back to social media tomorrow. Stay tuned. I'm gonna take over the game. I'm gonna take over. You don't even understand what's gonna happen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Awesome People. Hopefully, you didn't just enjoy that video, but that it resonated with you. I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. My guest this evening is a very talented, up-and-coming comedian, Neema Naz from Toronto. What's up, Neema?
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Great, man. Appreciate you making time. What a wonderful date to have on a Saturday night.
I know, right? Yeah, or as you said, Sunday night, two minutes ago.
Yeah, I lose track. But
we're losing track. We're losing track.
Probably only during quarantine would you be spending your Saturday evening with me. So I
hey,
appreciate
man.
it, man.
It is what it is. I'll take it.
So obviously I kind of started with some heaviness in the video. I actually want to just kind of first start about you, and then we're going to talk about the video. But I really wanted everyone who doesn't know you yet to really get a feel for where you are in your life right now. And so that was a great video that will hopefully paint a nice picture for people. But first of all, you're born and raised in Toronto, right?
Yeah. Scarborough to be specific. And I was the first person in my entire family to be born in Canada, which is cool.
Oh, okay.
Everyone else is from Iran, so first generation Canadian.
Have you gone back since you were born?
No, I've never been back. I've never been to Iran. No. I mean, actually, I did when I was 1, but I don't remember shit at all.
That one doesn't count.
Doesn't count. It doesn't count. And I'm pissed because I'm like, man, like the one place I want to visit on this earth, I can't, and it's my own culture, which is so.
That is unfortunate. Well, hopefully the day will come for people like you and other artists that can freely go there without any concerns.
Exactly.
That's the worst part of it. Like you want to go b'khil rahat, as they say.
Yeah, exactly.
But you speak fluent Persian too. I feel like I've seen you speak enough, right?
I wouldn't say fluent, but I can. If anything, at the very least, I understand it pretty much like 100% fully. But when I speak it, it's very broken. It's Finglish. It's like Farsi and English together. It's mixed. It's all mixed, jumbled into one. But like for the most part, I can get a sentence out if I need to. Yeah. It'll be very just basic, vague words, but I can get my point across if I need to. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Just enough to understand your mom cursing you out or calling 100%. You out on certain stuff in Farsi.
Definitely, yeah.
All right, man. Well, first of all, let me just kind of say that I'm really proud of you, man. Like, you were already on my list of people that I really enjoyed, watching on social media. A lot of creative stuff, a lot of original content. There's a lot of stuff that's very like repetitive when it comes to Persian comedy or Persian centric or Middle Eastern. And, I like the fact that, you push the envelope and you switch it up and you get some originality. So kudos to you for not just, following the gravy train and just kind of doing your own thing. And then especially, man, proud of you for the video that, you put out. We live in such a crazy world, especially now during Corona, but even before this, where mental health was finally getting out there in the world as far as like, being able to talk about it. But you have just spent the last year amassing a huge following on Instagram, and all of a sudden you took off a whole month, and then you come back and you were so honest and you were so vulnerable. Did you put a lot of thought into that video and like wanting to make a profound impact, or were you like, I just want to come out and tell people what the fuck I was doing for a month? Like, first, what was the not strategy, but like, what were you thinking when you decided to post it, and what has the reaction been to the post?
Yeah, the thought process was before I took the break, I had a couple of big chats with my brother, actually, because I have an older brother, and he's been helping me a lot through just my process of doing comedy all these years, and just in life in general. He's my role model, so I listen to everything he says, and he's helped me a lot. And he pretty much told me that, because he called me out on it, because I was blind to it, and he realized I was running on like no engine, just like trying to go fast with no gas in the tank, right? And it was not going to be sustainable going long term. So he pretty much told me, hey man, you just need to take a break for like a couple weeks, like reconvene, get your shit together, figure out what you need to do long term, and then go back into making content. And so I took the break, and I was going into it thinking, oh, I only need a week off. I took a week off, and I realized so much shit about myself, about like things that I was so weak in, just like a lot of things I needed to work on. And I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm good with just 1 week. I need more time. So I just went with, fuck it, I'm gonna take a whole month off, because at this point there's no point in me like coming back to social media if I still
not have a full gas tank.
Yeah, and I'm still nowhere near where I want to be, and in my personal life. And so it goes both ways. Like they all connect to each other. Like I can't just like work towards one thing and then leave the other one alone. It's not going to work. There's no balance. Right. I had no balance. I had no idea where I was going. I was just like veering off into space. I had no control of my life, and I needed to just like step back and like look at what I needed to work on. And I actually got the opportunity to do that, which was great for me. And I learned a lot about myself, fixed a lot of things in my life, from daily activities to just, mental health, physical health, everything. And it was the most beneficial thing I've ever done for myself. And I'm just glad I got to do it. So
I have a question. Like, did you hit a wall? And like, do you mind getting into like, what were you feeling? Because my whole goal with these conversations, especially with yours, is how can we help somebody else that, before they hit the wall that you did, or before you kind of lost it, not even knowing, what are the warning signs? Like, if you had to look out for somebody right now and be like, man, you know what? Don't get to this point that I got.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened exactly?
Yeah. I was too much in the loop of like, oh, okay. I was like almost waking up in a panic every day, thinking, "Oh shit, I have to post today. If I don't post today, I'm gonna lose followers. I'm gonna lose this. I'm gonna like people are gonna stop liking my shit. They're gonna stop supporting if I don't post today." So stressing too much about, thinking too much about my content every single day, and not even preparing for it. I was just kind of like half-assing some of them sometimes, and like just posting just to post, not because I wanted to post or I thought it was like the best quality I could make. I just thought, oh shit, time is almost coming. It's 2 p.m. on a fucking Wednesday. It's time to post. I gotta get something out, because my audience is like waiting. They're waiting for Neema Naz. They're on their knees begging for me to post the video. Right? That's my thought process. Right. And obviously it's delusional, and it's not like that at all. And I realized, okay, like no one actually cares that much. Like they're not like, if you miss a day, no one's gonna even notice. You know what I mean? Like maybe a few, but that's not the whole point, right? The whole point is that like you're comfortable with what you're posting and when you want to post it, and like you have to be happy with what you're doing. I was losing the track of like why I was doing this, and just posting because I was addicted to the fire. I was addicted to the fuel of like getting the validation, the likes, the shares and shit, and the feedback from strangers who I don't even know. And I just like looked at it from the outside, and I was like, what the hell am I doing here? And this is not going to work going forward. In the future, I'm gonna run out of, like, the tank is going to be like out the window in however much time, right? So I'm just happy I got to like step back finally before it got too late, and just kind of reset and fix my thought process going forward.
What was the biggest? First of all, would you say that you got kind of caught up with the hype of like all these followers? Like you were like it kind of got to you, and that's why you was there like an aura of arrogance that you're like, wait a second, maybe I need to just kind of get back to get grounded, or was it like the stress of being a workaholic, or was it both?
Yeah, it was definitely both, man. Because like my whole life, I went pretty much. I've never had this attention before in my life, so
Hmm.
it was all new to me. And all of a sudden, I'm getting all this attention from every walk of life, like from girls, guys, whoever. Like people are showing me love left and right and center, and I just didn't know what to do with it. It was getting overwhelming at some point recently,
Yeah.
up until recently, and I kind of like just was so I had tunnel vision. Like I wasn't even like focused on my craft anymore. I was just like my thought process was, oh, I can't wait to post now, so I can get people's feedback and like because I know people are gonna love this and they're gonna be like ha 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 ha, laughing emoji, laugh my ass off, all this DMs, all these comments, and that was not the purpose of why I was doing this in the first place, right? Because in the first place, why I started doing this is because I love making videos and I like making myself laugh, and ultimately do what I'm happy doing, which is creating content. And I kind of just lost track of that, and then it became an addiction.
So
To
it looks like like the joy was gone, and it was becoming a chore.
Yeah, it was definitely a chore, yeah. And I kept telling myself, oh, I'm having fun and all this stuff, but then like I wasn't really happy. I was like kind of like um, okay, well, almost became I almost became numb
Hmm.
to the process. It was a cycle. It was just a
Yeah.
cycle of me posting. I have to post, get some feed, get some validation, some likes, some comments. Ah, ha, ha, great. Oh, girls are talking to me. Oh, great. And then okay, back to the same shit tomorrow. Let's do it. I wasn't like thinking about my actual craft. I wasn't like working on it. I was just like
Right.
coming up with shit on the spot because people liked it or like oh, I thought people would like this type of content. I just kind of did it for other people, not for myself. And that's the
Yeah.
biggest problem right there. That's
So
the
it's
number one.
like a straight up addiction, like a drug. I mean,
Yeah,
that's pretty
definitely.
much what you
Yeah,
could.
for sure. Yeah.
So was it hard for you to like withdraw, like, or did you like shut off completely? Did you like not even log on, or you just weren't posting? How did you spend that month?
Oh man, honestly, I was surprised because the first day I kind of like because I before I actually took the time off and I just completely went ghost. I dropped 11 videos in one day because it was all the videos I had in my backlog. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start new. I'm gonna start fresh, cleanse. I dropped 11 videos I had remaining on my computer all at once. I
Yeah.
was like, fuck it, I don't care. I'm not gonna like I can't think about this anymore. I have to just like put it out and then start fresh, start new later. The next day, I started actually like working on myself, writing shit down, planning stuff, planning my day, and knowing I'm actually taking time off and like I don't have to worry about social media. I actually wasn't even thinking about it. After the first couple of days, I literally did not cross my mind to check my phone at all. I was like, "What the hell? This is so weird." I thought I'd be like more like like kind of
Panicking
like panicking, like like fucking itching, like it's cocaine. You know what I mean?
like a crack addict.
Like a
Yeah.
cracker, yeah. And I actually didn't have any withdrawals. Honestly, like I didn't think about it once. Honestly, like, and after the first week, especially, I was like, man, I'm having such a good time, just like working on my personal life and like developing better habits. You know, um, developing a better relationship with my family, and I just kind of was in the moment more, and I found myself to be more happy again, and just more myself.
What would you say was the one thing that you missed the most while you were going 180 or kilometers per hour? I was about to say miles. Like what's when you came back and took this 1 month, where you're like, man, I freaking missed this. What was the thing that you missed the most?
Honestly, yeah, just like posting my videos that I think that are funny.
Mm,
I always genuinely loved making the actual videos.
yeah.
That's what I missed the most because I stopped doing that for a whole month. I didn't make any videos. Like I just like completely stopped everything in my career side of my life, and that was the thing I definitely missed the most was actually doing the act of making the videos. Yeah.
What's like the recommendation that you have for somebody else who's literally 1 year behind you? I mean, with social media, everybody's starting at somewhere and they're trying to go up the industry and whatever it is. So if you know somebody that's a year behind for where you were a year ago, what recommendation would you give them? How would you think they should handle this whole thing?
So first things first, you have to plan. You have to organize your whole life, because that's honestly the best thing I've ever discovered, or best thing that's helped me now more than ever, is writing shit down, having a plan, having a schedule for your days going forward. And more than anything before that is having your personal life put together first before you worry about your career. Because without that, you can't strive further in your career. Like you can't like wake up at like random times every morning or afternoon, like sleep until 2, just eat at random times, sleep whenever you want, and then just kind of like do something whenever you feel like it. Like you're never gonna make it. You're never gonna make it doing that. No great has ever made it by doing that.
Without structure.
Without structure. You have to have structure more than anything. You have to have your shit properly like put together. Like have those habits. You have to have a proper morning routine, a night routine. Your sleep has to be ultimately the best part of your whole existence, because without good sleep, you don't have any energy and you can't think properly, and it's just going to like determine the rest of your day. So developing effective habits throughout your life is first, and then structuring your days. And don't think you have to just post because you have to post, and everyone's posting daily. I have to go hard. It's the grind. You know what I mean? Like I gotta like fucking post 17 videos a day. Like no, it's not like that. Like do it if it makes you happy, and more than anything, consistency is the key. Mm-hmm. Without consistency, then there's no point, because if you're just random, once again, like there's no flow. Like you don't have like an end. You don't have like a vision, right? But if you're consistent, you're like, okay, every Tuesday at 2 p.m. I'm posting this. By the end of the year, there's gonna be 52 of them, right?
Yeah.
But if you just like randomly like, oh, whatever, I post here, or like this time, this day, you don't really know where you're going, and you have to know why you're doing it, and that's when you'll know.
What was the reaction that you got from your followers and your fans? Like, how did that feel?
When I came back?
Yeah, the response that you got from that video.
Oh, man, it was great. It was honestly like, I was so, not surprised, but I was kind of just like, overwhelmed in a good way. Like I was kind of, it made me really happy. It made me really happy that, you know, obviously all of these people understand where I'm coming from. And you'd be surprised, man. People are more compassionate than you think, and you have to trust that. And like, it really made me realize even more. Like, it really like hammered at home that like people are not even like, they didn't get phased at all. Really, like that I left for a month. Like, I got a lot of messages like throughout the whole month of like, yo, where's Neema? On my comments, my brother was telling me too, because he has access to my account, and he was telling me, yo, man, like every day people are messaging, yo, man, are you okay? Do you have coronavirus? Do you have this? Yo, what happened, man? Are you okay? Are you dead? You know what I mean? And so, obviously there's people like that. But then like at the end of the day, when I came out with that video, people were like, oh, okay. And like, yeah, like it's obvious. Like it makes sense. Like good for you. You know what I mean? So I was happy. I was very happy with the response I got. And I'm just blessed. I'm grateful to have the support I have this early in my career, at least.
How happy was your mom?
That I came back?
They took a break. First of all, that you took care of yourself. I mean, you know, she seems to be your number one fan. That's the feeling that I get. You know?
Yeah, she's great, and like it was funny because as soon as I started taking the break, she's like, okay, no. She's like, no, go clean the bathroom, go clean the floor, start doing like housework, like one by one. It's like, finally, you know, Instagram to get you. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like, get on your ass, get off your ass, start moving. She was happy because she's like, oh, finally, this guy's doing something in the house instead of just yelling into his phone every 2 minutes, like doing accents. I'm like, all right, yeah, chill. But no, she's obviously like very supportive of like what I'm doing, like with just my career, but more so with what I did to take a break and everything. She's like, yeah. It was obvious, like you're stressing too much. You're always on, like, you know, high anxiety. You're always like on your toes, and you're always like worrying about the videos all 24/7. Like, take a break. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, moms can definitely detect those kind of things. You know,
yeah,
so they know when you're stressing out.
For sure.
Growing up, were you the jokester of the whole family from the beginning?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's funny because the very first time I remember vividly what happened that I realized I was the funny guy now in the family or within my friends is like I was like maybe 8 or 9, and I was in a drive-through with my mom at Tim Hortons, and I was in the back seat, and then she goes up to the intercom, and then the person's like, "Hi, welcome to Tim Hortons. How may I help you?" And then my mom's like, "Hello, hi. Can I order the one bagel with cream cheese? And do you have sesame seed?" And like she's just like taking so long ordering, like with the heaviest accent, and then she's like, "Actually, Neema, chibichai," like yelling in the back, like, "Neema, what do you want?" Right? And I'm like, "Oh, just give me a chocolate milk and chocolate chip cookie." She's like, "Okay, and one large milk chocolate." And then the person's like, "Milk chocolate? What's that?" I'm like, "No, mom, chocolate milk." And then she's like, Neema. And then she's like, "One milk chocolate with the cookie." And then so and then at the end she's like, "Oh, by the way, and also can I have the strawberry?" And the person's like, "Strawberry? Yeah, a strawberry for the milk." And she's like, "Oh, straw." And then I was like, "Mom, it's not strawberry, it's a straw." So that whole thing happened that day, and then the next like mehmuni we had, a family gathering we had with all their friends and everything. Yeah. That was the first time everything I just explained to you, how I said it, was how I said it to all their friends at the mehmuni. And then like because my mom, I told my dad when I got home that night, and then he told everyone like, "Hey guys, Neema has a story about what happened with his mom." And I was like, "Oh," at first I was like, "No, like I'm shy." And then but then she's like, come on, do it." So I literally got up like I was stand up. I got in front of everybody, and they're all staring at me. These fucking 50-year-old Persian men just with their mustaches, just like ready to judge, just like, you know what I mean? And the mom's just like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? And I just like said the story exactly how I did it right now with you, and they're dying of laughter, like literally like on the floor. And ever since that moment, I was that guy to like keep telling these stories in the family and like amongst my friends. And yeah, I had a great time doing it. I didn't feel shy at all after that.
So your professional career started at 8 years of age at your house family gathering.
Pretty much, I was always like a bozigush, like a goof, and like just as a kid too, I was just like I was always like yelling and shit and just like making noises. But yeah, that was the moment when I felt that like funny bone in me. Yeah,
I love it, man. Well, so now that you talked about elderly and parents, you made one video for Persian dads during quarantine. I feel like this is a very suitable time for us to
100%.
show another video of yours. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Persian Dad during quarantine. I hope all Persians will enjoy it and relate to it. Let's go.
Yeah.
هیچکی بیرون نیست. آجیل نداریم؟ ماست کو؟ نیما به مامان زنگ میزنم بگو چیپس بیاره. پرتقال نداریم؟ چیپس نخریدی؟ شام کی حاضره؟ ببین این کرونا مارونام باعث شد دیگه ورزش هم نمیتونم بکنم. 3 هفته از جیم نرفتم اصلا. سلام مخلصیم. آجیل نخریدی؟ نیما بیا خونه رو تمیز کن، کثیفه. چایی نداریم؟ چرا در اینو نبستین؟ اکسپایر میشه. تیک تاک دیگه چیه؟ برو یه کتاب بخون، عقل توی سرت بذار، من سر صدام نکن. نیما کی این در یخچال باز گذاشت؟ مگه شما پول برق میدید؟ نیما خب من یه چرتی میزنم، سر صدا نکن اینا. نیما آبجو نداریم؟ بیا یه دقیقه. این سینک چقدر کثیفه. یه چای بیار برام. نیما برو چنلا رو بزن. Snowing. اصلا نمیخوام تو بکنی، خودم میکنم. مگه مام آدم نیستین؟ چقدر خلوت بیرون. آره ترامپ مسخره است. راستی فرهاد میدونستی این جلد دوم این کتاب هم اومده بیرون ها؟ حالا چرا از ما بدبخت ها میگیرن؟ از اون بانک ها بگیرن که اینقدر پول دار شدن. میوه نداریم؟ این ترامپ چقدر مسخره است. واقعا آدم حالش بد میشه. نیما چه؟ برو این دشوه رو تمیز کن، خیلی کثیف شده. با اجازه. 3 و 2.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with comedian, funny man, Neema Nazeri from Toronto, Canada. So now that we had this little video about Persian dads in quarantine, how are your parents? Like, how's your parents' reaction been to, you essentially making fun of not just them? It's a whole generation. Like, I guess they're okay with it. They're receptive towards it. They're cool with it.
Yeah, those are the type of videos I started off making, actually, when I started doing comedy or getting into comedy, was something that was closest to my heart, which is my family, which is my mom, my dad, whatever, right? So the very first video I ever posted actually was called Persian Parents versus White Parents. As a comparison of the two. The like OG video from like 5-6 years ago almost.
Yeah.
And I actually got a lot of views, but like, I look back on it now, I'm like, oh my god, that's so cringe. What the hell was I doing? But the content of it was actually good, and like obviously it's still how I feel. Like it's the same sense of humor I have. And at the very beginning, they were less supportive than they are now, because at first, Persian parents, like they're typically Middle Eastern parents are kind of like strict, hardcore, like yo, mascara bazi nakon dige. Like what is this clown shit? You know what I mean? Like go do your homework. Like go work on math. I'm over here fucking like, hey, what's up, everybody? You know what I mean? Like, dalgak. Like, what are you doing, Neema? You know what I mean? Like, put your hair down, stop wearing wigs, and go do your homework. So, but like, as soon as they saw that I was getting a little bit of traction and like I'm actually funny, people are laughing. Like, people's days are getting brightened up. Getting good comments, good feedback from people, just from their families, everyone who was watching my videos at first. They kind of realized, oh, okay, well, like, yeah, no, these are actually pretty entertaining. And then now, fast forward to this year, fucking banging out videos and like getting all this traction, they're fully behind me 100%, because they see this the hustle, the grind, and like my talent, obviously, like the potential I have to get better, and they love it, man. They enjoy every single video. They share it. They like it. They share it with their families in Iran. Like, they're super supportive now, which I'm very lucky to have. Especially my mom, because it's funny, because the videos I do with my mom. People think, because people love my mom. I mean, she's her own celebrity. Yeah. But the funny part is, every time I want to film with her, she's like, nah, Baba, I don't film again. I'm like, don't film me, right? Like, she doesn't want to be on camera. But then as soon as we film, and then I post it, and then she sees 1,000 comments about her, She reads every single one. Oh, look what he said. Look what she said. Nima, look, Nima. Like she gets so excited afterwards. I'm like, see, I knew you liked it, right?
Yeah.
She always says, no, Nima. I'm like, I'm shy, but then like,
Well, please make sure that she doesn't go down your path.
no,
Where she crashes.
no, 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 I can't. Yeah, seriously, I was thinking of starting her own channel too.
You should actually, but
Yeah.
learn from what did.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
and tell her to slow her roll.
Yeah, definitely. She's a
get the
chill, bro.
fame, Don't
No,
get the fame
no,
to
no.
get into her head.
Nah, she's gonna take over. She's gonna take over the game. Yeah,
Well,
but
it's we've had so many conversations with Amir K and Tehran and Maz, and there's been this whole underlining thing about how difficult it is for Iranians to be able to go into this field of comedy, and it's so important to have the support of your family for something like
Yeah.
this, especially as a Middle Eastern conservative Persian, all that good stuff. So God bless your parents for being so supportive,
you.
and that's great that you have a older brother that's a great role
Yeah.
model. I mean, it's to have a strong nucleus is a blessing, So
it is 100%.
that's amazing. So when you were growing up and you've slowly but surely saw yourself performing, I'm sure you started watching videos of other people. Who is your Michael Jordan of comedy? Who are the people you looked up to growing up?
Well, first I'd like to start off and say Kobe Bryant's my favorite player. Rest in peace,
Rest in
Mamba.
peace, man, for sure,
yeah, he's the GOAT, man. I love that guy. He's actually one of my biggest inspiration in life to just be the best at my own craft, which shows you the levels of inspiration that he provided
He's
for
incredible.
the world, right? So,
Yeah.
But in the comedy world, I grew up watching and loving Russell Peters, obviously hometown too, Toronto.
Yeah.
And then because that's actually where I found my love of doing accents and making fun of people, impressions, is watching Russell Peters do all these accents. I was like, what the hell? That's so cool.
Oh,
like
wow.
if he can do it, I want to try. And then I always watched with my dad, and every time we'd watch like a show or whatever, someone had an accent, I'd mimic it right away, and then my dad would laugh, and I was like, oh, this is cool. My dad's laughing at something I just did. When usually he's like strict, like like go read, go write. But then this one little moment, he would laugh when I did an accent, and I was like, fuck, this is awesome. This is such a good adrenaline rush for me.
Right.
So I just from then on I started just practicing accents and like learning those. But he was my initial inspiration, and then I got into the Persians a little bit. Max Amini was the first one I saw on Laugh Factory, his tomato juice bit, which was amazing, obviously. And then after that, I found Maz Jobrani, Omid Jalili, super funny.
He's OG, yeah.
OG. And then, best of all, man, Amir K. Honestly, I love Amir K. I still do. Like, he's no one's made me laugh as much as that guy has, and I'm just so like, it's crazy to think that 5 years ago, I wouldn't know. I couldn't think that he would talk about me. You know what I mean? Like on a podcast,
Nice.
Your podcast, obviously, right? Like it's
Nice,
just
nice.
So it's crazy how it all comes together. But yeah, Amir K is definitely one of my favorites. And then like I don't know, Andrew Schultz, he's great. Chris D'Elia is one of my favorites. Kevin Hart, as much as people hate on him, like that guy's one of the best. So in my opinion, so yeah, those guys for sure.
Well, I mean, he's one of those comedians that have turned it into like an empire. Like he turned comedy into a business. And
smart.
And when you're when you're a comedian and that's what you are. You're a one person business. But then if you play your cards right and you have the following, you put together the right people and you make it an empire. And his goal is to make $1 billion, and I have no doubt that he'll get there. I mean,
100%.
Yeah,
This guy's making 8 movies a week.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. Who else is even on that level? No one.
Who would you pay $1,000 to, dead or alive, to go see a comedy set, front row?
Oh man. Oh, that's crazy. That's
and
hard.
We haven't even gone to rapid fire yet. That was just.
I know, right? Yeah. Seriously, you're just dropping a bomb on me right now. Eh? Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, but I'd have to say, I'd have to say, oh, man, I love Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah, okay.
And front row, 100%. Dave Chappelle, or honestly, George Carlin, man. George Carlin is OG as well, like classic, amazing comic, and one of those guys for sure.
Well, respect to you that all the people that you're naming are truly the most intelligent comedians. The truth tellers. And that's
truth tellers.
I love that that title for comedians, you know, especially like the really, really great ones, you know,
Great, yeah, the
that's what
greats.
they are. And that's why they don't get in trouble. I mean, how on earth could Dave Chappelle get away with the things that he's saying unless it's the 100% truth, you know? And so you can't deny
Exactly.
it, you know?
It's crazy.
Actually, I was, as you know, I'm originally from DC area, and
Oh, nice.
in a matter of literally 4 weeks, I don't know how the stars aligned, but I saw Chris Rock, Kevin Hart, and Dave Chappelle. They all came to
Wow.
DC. We have Warner
Wow.
Theater, MGM, and then Kevin
Jeez.
Hart had the Capital One
Right.
rock concert. You know,
Massive.
and
Rocks.
Dave Chappelle's was at, it's called Warner Theater, and it's only 50. I mean, I say only, but it's like 1,500 people, but like, you know, 100 feet apart. I mean, like, it was so chodamuni, and like, I
Yeah.
mean, it just these are all incredible people, but I definitely put Dave Chappelle at the top, and then comes Chris Rock in my eyes. And
Okay.
as far as the live that I saw
Yeah.
in that month, you know.
Right. Wow.
Either
that's
way,
great.
they're all legendary. But
That's great.
enough about me. So when it comes to writing jokes, man, like and first of all, you know what? People don't really understand or appreciate just how much work goes into every single video that people like you put up, you know? So it's a lot of tedious work, a lot of time consuming work. Like, how do you write your jokes? Is it like you constantly have a journal next to you, and you know, where do you get your inspiration from? When is your writing time? What's the thought process?
So this is random, but I literally get inspiration from like anything. Like it could just pop into my mind at any second. I could be walking down the street, looking at a tree. I could be in the shower. I could be eating rice, and then random thoughts will pop in my mind, and I'm like, oh, that'll be funny. And I immediately stop what I'm doing, and I pull out my phone, write it into my notes. I have a section in my notes called stand-up material for my stand-up. I wrote down like premises that I think are funny there, and then video ideas in another folder. It's just massive, just a long ass list. And yeah, it's not most, but some of them are like trash. I look back like afterwards, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, this isn't funny. But like at the time, I think it's funny. I'm like, just in case, I'll write it down, because you never know, right? Because sometimes there's been things I write down, and then like within that week or whatever, I look at it, I'm like, oh well, there's nothing really here. But then like 2 months later, a year later, some other inspiration comes in. I'm like, oh, that would tie in well with this one, with this idea, and I mix them together, and then it becomes a fucking solid piece of content. So I write down everything and anything in my notes, whether I think it's funny or not, just in case it becomes good. And then I actually for stand up, I never really sat down and actually wrote jokes for like the bits I had. I kind of like usually just went up and worked them out on stage, on the spot, pretty much. So because I'm more of a performer than I'm a writer. Like I love just kind of like working out stuff on stage and like on the spot, which is a big challenge. And I should be writing more, which I am now. But my process is more so just like kind of like having the premise and then going up and on stage and doing it. For videos, I do write them out more because it's just better and easier to film. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's. I was gonna actually ask you, like, under the comedy umbrella, there's skits, there's stand up, there's all this kind of stuff. What is your ultimate goal, or what is your favorite? Like, what is the one that if you could only do one type of comedy, that it would be just that?
Honestly, stand up. I love stand up so much. Even though I'm not even like I'm nowhere near where I want to be or the best at all or even a pro yet, but just the rush you get from being on stage and hearing people laugh live in front of your face, there's no other feeling like that. And I miss that the most, especially now during quarantine. I'm stuck in my basement, and instead I gotta hear zero laughter on my live streams.
Well, here, I'll laugh for you.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, thank you. You're the first. You're the first laugh I've heard in months. So that stand up is definitely number one. I still love making videos though. Like it's been like 6 years since I've started. Every day I love making videos, but stand up is definitely the best.
Neema, why is it so important for you to make people happy and make them laugh?
Because I grew up kind of that's just my personality. My mom's the same way. She's always been a loving, kind of very bubbly, fun person to be around, and everyone likes her. And because she's so nice and generous, but also she loves having fun and making people laugh, joking around, shooting the shit. Like, but Persians in general are like that, and like I'm lucky to be Persian because a lot of Persian people are genuinely just it's in their blood to just kind of like be jokey and like always joke around with their friends, right? Like I'm sure you have the same experience.
Right.
And so it's kind of like an advantage in a way having that already. And it just kind of stood out more for me as a kid, obviously, like I mentioned before. And nothing brings me more joy than making someone else laugh or making their day better or inspiring them to do better. It's just who I am and who I've become. So
I love that, man.
That's my favorite thing.
That's beautiful. And just to sidetrack for 1 second, have you seen Dave Chappelle's when he got the Mark Twain Award? Have you seen that special yet for Dave Chappelle?
When he went up and did the speech.
So there's a Kennedy Center gives the Mark Twain Award every year to like the best entertainer. And this past year, Dave Chappelle got it. So there was a whole program, like 1 or 2 hours. I highly recommend you watch it. The way you're talking about your mom, there's a beautiful part at the end where he pays respect to his mom, and he was there.
Yeah.
It's a really great relationship, and I hope that as you continue to grow your career, that your mom influences you as much and brings you that joy that you use as fuel to then make other people happy.
100%.
We're gonna get another laugh in by showing the Persian Uber piece.
Oh, baby.
So we're gonna do that, and we'll come back. We're gonna have a nice fun game of rapid fire. Stick with us, and Neema Naz from Toronto.
Is this Babak?
Yes, Babak Markarian.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much, buddy.
Yeah, found you. Not going too far, just a party about 5 miles up.
Okay, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you don't mind, can we play some like more mainstream, some music that's like
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, man.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Babak.
Yeah. What?
I said mainstream music. What was that?
Yeah, that's Black Cat.
Black Cat?
Yes.
No, something more American.
They were in Glendale last summer.
Oh, they played in Glendale. Listen, can we just play like top 40? Something that's on the radio currently.
Oh, yeah.
In America.
Oh, yeah. No, just I have something, yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Excuse me.
Yeah, what?
What is this?
Lady Gaga.
That was Lady Gaga.
Yeah, that's Lady Gugush, the original Lady Gaga.
Lady Gugush?
Yes,
okay.
boy.
All right. Can you do something for me?
What?
It's not very far of a drive. Let's play something we both can enjoy. Bruce Springsteen, please. Like, I'm gonna be very specific with you. Bruce Springsteen?
Yeah.
You like? I like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
thank
good
you
guy.
so
Yeah,
much.
yeah. I put it right now. Yeah.
Please put that on.
Okay,
and
shut
we'll
your
go
mouth.
to the
Okay.
party.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. What?
What was that? That's not Bruce Springsteen.
Yes, it is.
You promised me Bruce Springsteen.
Yes.
That's the one thing I asked.
That was him. That was Andy. He's the Bruce Springsteen of Iran, buddy.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna walk. You
Why?
can have fun with Andy and Lady Gugush and all that.
Are you crazy? Why? Where are you going?
1 star.
1 star? Are you stupid?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid. Fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck Mark. Bora baba. Ahmaq.
All right. So hopefully you enjoyed that laugh. I watched that clip earlier today. Got a good laugh out of it for sure. All right. So what I want to do now with you, my friend, is a game of rapid fire. I want people to get to know you even more than they already have so far.
Yeah, for sure.
The question is, Neema, are you ready for this?
Let's get it.
I'm gonna ask some good questions for you, man.
Let's do it.
If you don't answer within 5 seconds, we're going to the next question.
Wow.
So
Okay.
It is rapid fire. What's the best part about living in Toronto area?
The diversity, 100%. Being learning other people's cultures and just being educated on every single background.
What's the worst part about living in Toronto, if anything?
The passive aggressive people on the streets.
So they're not as nice as advertised, huh?
100%. No.
What's the last song you downloaded on your iTunes or Spotify, whatever? What kind of music do you jam to?
Oh, all house music, baby. EDM, house music, tech house, all that good stuff. Dudes, dudes, dudes.
What's your favorite word? Is that too easy of a
Poise.
question? Oh, poise.
Poise.
I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be a stupid.
Yeah, that was next. That was the next one. Next one up.
Poise, huh? Interesting word,
Yeah.
poise.
Yes.
Who's the funniest person you know?
Amir K.
Wow, you guys are you guys just reciprocating love here on my podcast?
I don't know, maybe, yeah, but it's the first one that popped in my mind. So
I love it, man. But you know what? This is what I actually love and appreciate. Not even just about comedy, comedians Iranian, but comedians in general. You guys are a fraternity or slash sorority, whatever you
camaraderie,
throw us
yeah,
in, that really, really look out for each other. I mean, I'm sure there's some,
for the most part, yeah,
bullshit here, but
100%.
in general, especially, well, then you know what? I can speak on the Iranians, like. All the Iranians that I've been friends with, man, like واقعا هوای همدیگه رو دارن, and it's a beautiful thing. Like I'm proud to see that camaraderie, at least amongst the Iranian, American, Canadian ones, all that I've seen, you know.
For sure.
Who do you admire the most?
Kobe Bryant. Not even a question.
His passing really affected me.
It really, man.
That was.
I cried all week, man. That first week I cried all week. Yeah. And it's still get emotional, man. Sometimes thinking about
every time Vanessa puts a post up, man, like it gets to me so badly. I mean, that's truly unfair. Truly unfair.
Seriously.
But go ahead.
And I'm reading his book right now, Mama Mentality, and like every time I read it, I'm like, damn, like this guy was gone way too soon. Honestly, he's provided so much value for the world, and there's not going to be another person.
Do you know Patrick Bet-David by any chance?
Patrick Bet-David?
Yeah, so he's like, no. I mean, he is a major entrepreneur, but he has started he has a thing called Valuetainment. And so he has a lot of great educational stuff to help entrepreneurs, business owners. And he has done some of the most amazing interviews with like some really great people. And one of the last great interviews that Kobe Bryant did was with Patrick Bet-David about a year ago. It's 1 hour of gold.
Really?
Kobe Bryant 1 hour. I mean, it's incredible. It's the last great interview that he did.
Wow, Patrick Bet-David. I'm writing that down immediately.
Patrick Bet-David. You're gonna love that for sure.
Yeah. Wow.
Biggest pet peeve.
When people chew their mouth open, 100%.
Wow, you had that one ready to go.
Yeah.
Since you're a funny guy, favorite cartoon?
Family Guy or The Simpsons.
Oh, very nice. Okay. What's your life motto? Do you have like a life motto?
Yeah. Believe in yourself.
I love that. So my nephew wanted to know, he's an artist and he was actually one of my guests, and he's the one that like 6 months ago I messaged you. I was like, dude, you guys have the same jacket, the orange and green one and stuff. And like the inverse one. So we just had dinner together and he was asking, he was telling me as a joke that I should ask this, but I will ask this. He wants to know that when you take a shower, what is the first body part you wash?
Honestly, I wash my hands first more than anything. Because I'm about to touch my junk.
Is that because of quarantine?
Yeah, that too, 100%. No, before, post, pre, during. Bro, I wash my hands first, and then I touch my junk and everything. Because, like, I don't want, if it's dirty, I don't want to touch my private parts. You know what I mean? So, number one.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
I'm wondering why your nephew was thinking about that, though.
You know, I feel like he asked that question from a lot of people. And
it's a little weird, man.
So funny. All right, so I know you have, you've been working really hard on creating content on a more scheduled basis now, which is probably one of the other great things that came about your hiatus. So go ahead and just kind of tell your schedule, especially the name of the one that you have on Mondays at 2 p.m. Go ahead, you do your thing.
This isn't rapid fire anymore, is it?
No, it's not. I'm sorry. Rapid fire is done.
All right. Okay. Good. Because I was gonna be like, damn, that's a big question to do quick. Yeah. No. I on top of the daily or almost daily content I do on Instagram, I have a bunch of other accounts that I'm on pretty much every day. TikTok. I'm on TikTok. I'm posting different content on there. A lot of dancing, shaking my booty. You know what I mean? Nice. showing the world my hips. And then I tweet a lot. I got Twitter, and then YouTube. I started YouTube again. I revamped my YouTube channel. I rebranded it, and I have a schedule for it now. Every Monday at 2 p.m. I have a podcast of my own, and it's called Finding Neema, which is, I think, the most fitting name possible because,
Yeah.
first of all, it's obviously based off the movie Finding Nemo, and it's very relatable to me because Nemo was he's a clownfish. I'm a clown. I make people laugh. He swam. I actually swam competitively for 8 years, so
Oh, wow.
it was pretty similar, I guess. And then his name's Nemo. My name's Neema. So there you go.
It's a great name. Great name.
And then Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on my YouTube channel, I have a vlog all weekly, and then Thursdays at 2 p.m. a full-length YouTube video of comedy, obviously, and then that's pretty much it.
Awesome. And then you're about to start like a podcast as well pretty soon too, right? Or is Finding Nemo the podcast?
Finding Nemo is the podcast. Yeah, that's the podcast.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Monday to Tuesday.
And then,
so have you already started a couple episodes?
Yeah. So I've already released a couple episodes. Two of them. Okay. Two podcasts, 2 vlogs are already up. So the third one's coming out this Monday and Tuesday.
Is it like a particular topic, or is it like wide ranging? Or
so wide. I'm actually just like working through it right now. The first episode was literally just an introduction to me and my life and everything. Pretty much what you're asking. How I was raised, who I am, my background, where I am now, all that shit. And then pretty much what I want to do is it's a comedy / just lifestyle podcast. So I'm not going to be all jokey for the whole podcast, but like if there's a moment where I could be funny or make a joke, I will. But for the most part, it's going to be just talking about real shit or just kind of like talking about weird observations I see on the streets or things I'm passionate about, a couple of rants. And then I'm adding in a 5-minute stand-up segment every podcast as well. Just trying out the newest jokes I have, brand new, all shit, but I'm going to do it just to show what I got. And then, maybe do some Q&As at the end of them going forward. Asking people on Instagram any questions they have, and then answering them on my podcast.
Beautiful, man. Yeah, and I highly recommend you go IG live more often, man. Connect with people.
I do.
They love that.
They do, yeah.
And then you're in the near future, hopefully you're gonna come up with some merchandise. I know you have the stupid.
For sure. I got the stupid hat right here, bro.
I love it, man.
I originally made it because once again, this was before I took the hiatus. I kind of got ahead of myself, and I was like, "Ooh, sick! I'm on fire. Let me make some merch while I can." And like, I was thinking, I was going in the wrong direction of why I made it, just like to make some money. But I realized like now I don't really care for the money. If anything, I'm just gonna give away all I have right now, and then sell merch later on in the future when I can have a bigger following.
Well, first of all, you already have a great following, man. Maybe what you can do is you get all this merchandise out and just have a portion of it go to charity right now. And so that way you kind of have the satisfaction of selling the merchandise and having the good feeling of, giving some to charity.
For sure, yeah.
What was I going to say, man? Okay, well, cool. I know you wanted to give away some more tips about what we talked about earlier on about like the specific things that you've been doing to improve your habits. And in general, at the end of every Awesome People episode, I love to give the virtual stage to my Awesome People guests to share whatever is in their heart, in their mind, and make the world a better place, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What I did to really change my life and my perspective was obviously developing a morning routine, which means waking up at the same time every morning. For me, it's waking up around 10 to 10:30 a.m. Kind of like waking up, getting out of bed, going to the washroom for 15 minutes, coming back, meditating for 10, 15 minutes, and then doing my bed, making my bed. That's the biggest thing and the most simple thing that I've been doing that's really kind of changed the course of my day in a better way, in a positive light. Mm-hmm. Just like it just makes you feel good, man. Like just making your bed in the morning and then like leaving knowing like, okay, it's like clean. It's like good. I can leave now. It really like kind of it really boosts your mood a little bit. I go after I do that. I go downstairs. I write in my daily planner. Okay, there's like 150 pages in it, and it's all scheduled already. There's like it's already pre-printed. There's a time from 6 a.m. all the way to 12 a.m. the next day, the next morning. So I schedule all my time by the minutes, by the hours, so I know exactly what I need to do for the rest of the day. So I don't have to guess. And I actually write into my planner the night before. So when I wake up in the morning, I just open it and I look, okay, I have to do this at this time. And this way, there's no guessing. I know exactly what I'm doing. I don't waste time. And the biggest thing I learned from writing into this planner was how much time I was wasting before. Because now I'm scheduling shit in and I'm like, holy shit, like I was on my phone for like 4 hours straight at some points before I scheduled stuff. Or like my screen time was at like 14 hours before this.
Oof.
And now it's down to like, 6. Like, but now I'm using it for a reason, for a good purpose. And yeah, all that shit has helped me a lot. Taking vitamins has been the key to the quality of life I've had, man. Honestly, like magnesium, you'd be surprised how many people are deficient in magnesium. That has essentially helped me sleep better. And also along that, I've been using this app called Sleep Cycle. Sleep Cycle is number one, it tracks your sleep while you're sleeping. You just have to turn on the audio and it records you while you sleep. And then when you wake up in the morning, you stop your alarm and it wakes you up in like with a it doesn't
like a gradual build up, huh?
A gradual build up, because there's no, it's not like an abrupt alarm where it's like it's like a you know what I mean? And
wait, like how?
yeah, like that. Just weird and creepy.
Yeah.
And the best part about that is it wakes you up at your lightest sleep. So if you set an alarm for 10:30 a.m., it might not wake you up at 10:30. It will wake you up within the range of 10 and 10:30. It just depends on when it like tracks when your lightest sleep is. So it wakes you up when you're at your lightest and not in deep sleep. So it doesn't startle you. Yeah. So that's what helps me a lot. Sleep is the number one thing. And then developing a night routine. Effective habit in the night, which means stop using screens for 2 hours before I go to sleep. Start read a book, listen to music, brush my teeth, kind of wind down, and that has essentially made my sleep so much better, my nights so much better, and my days going forward I have more energy. And then just like daily exercise too. Like you don't have to run. I don't just like push. I don't like force myself to like go crazy. If you can, go outside for a walk. If you can, do 2 push-ups. Start somewhere. It's not the biggest problem people have is striving for perfection. We have to strive for excellence. That's the number one key right there. And I can't hammer that down enough, because a lot of people get discouraged after like one day of not reaching their goals, and they just stop. Like, oh, well, fuck it, I failed. I guess I'm not worthy. And then they just give up and they let all that hard work go. For me, I used to have that mindset before, but now I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, if I tell myself I'm going to walk every day for an hour, I do it. But for sometimes I've gone 45 minutes, 47, 36, and I'm like, I could very easily be like, oh, fuck, like I screwed up. Like, I'm not walking anymore. But I look at it, I'm like, I don't judge myself. I'm like, okay, well, 36 minutes today. All right, well, it happens. Next day, pick it up, do a whole hour. Like the number one thing is like, if you don't judge yourself, you won't judge other people too, because you'll be so happy with yourself, you don't need to judge other people. And that's one thing I'm big on and has changed my mindset completely. And definitely one of the biggest things that's helped me completely was reading a couple books. One in particular, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is a freak in the best possible way. His mindset is like no other. He actually changed my life. He changed my life and my perspective on like having a strong mindset. Now I actually like don't like. I used to like walk outside and like be affected by the wind hitting my face. Now I embrace it. I literally go outside and I yell. I'm like, yeah, I love it. Yeah. It's like it's crazy, but like
mindset is insane, incredible. Yeah,
100%. It's mind over matter more than anything. That's all in your mind. Like literally, it's called callousing your mind. So like making your mind tougher by like kind of like pushing yourself more and more, not physically but mentally. And like every time you're struggling with something, like reach into the cookie jar of like, oh, think about all the times in the past where you had to go through tough times. When you think of that, you'll realize, oh, okay, if I got through that, I can get through this. And then you keep going, and that's how you push yourself more. Because a lot of people, they reach their limit at 40%. When they 60, 80, 100%. A lot of people stop at the 40% mark. I've realized I can go way past 40. When I run now, instead of stopping at 30 seconds, I'm like, oh, 30 seconds is coming, but I can still keep going. A lot of times people convince themselves, no, I'm done, I'm tired. But you're really not. You just think you are, because that's your mind telling you, no, please, just be comfortable. Be comfortable. Yeah. Don't go anymore. Don't hurt yourself. But how are you going to grow if you don't push yourself? So that's the biggest thing for me is pushing yourself to grow, to make progress, not to reach an end goal. There's no end goal here. This is a lifestyle more than anything. Okay, like if you think there's an end goal somewhere, you're done. Like you're not going to reach anything. You're not going to accomplish anything. You're just going to like give up right away and get discouraged. But if you look at it as like a journey of, okay, I just need to make progress, your life will be so much easier and healthier and ultimately happier more than anything. And that's the number one thing, man. So
Awesome,
if your happiness comes from within and not from outside. So.
Man, Neema, the world is a better place. The fact that you were able to kind of do a reset, restart, refresh, and that you were able to share that with your followers. And I wish you continued success, my friend. You're definitely going the right direction now, and I'm happy for you. And
Thank you.
I can't wait to see you on stages around the world. And appreciate you making time tonight. And make sure you say hi to your family. Take care of yourselves and stay healthy, man. Hopefully see you soon.
Yeah, thank you, Iman. Thanks for having me, and stay safe.
Much love, man. Take care. Good night.
All right, take care. Later.